Attention please. This uploading is only for educational purpose. No intention to infringe copyrights. Learning English with subtitles. GPITRAL. Follow us.
That's it. We've got about 16 raccoons that we got out of Dan's den. We've got the 3 foxes and then the 2 skunks. And I think
it went well.
Overall, it went well.
We're getting better at this over the years.
Yeah.
This year, we're doing something new. We have to let DNR know every time we release anything, and they help us choose the location, which is great. They know lots of habitat that perhaps I wouldn't even be aware of, and trying to find some of these locations can be difficult. So it's really good to have their expertise on board.
The government wants more control over where Hope releases animals. 3 foxes are down there and the 2 skunks are over there because they screamed a little bit, in case you hadn't noticed. Fair enough. Yeah. Dave from Department of Natural Resources has come to do the deed.
Dave got in for a little bit more than he was prepared for because we had a lot of animals to go that day, but he seemed more than happy to go ahead and do it.
16 raccoons, 3 foxes, 2 skunks. Now that's a truckload of wildlife.
Okay. All right, thank you.
And that's not all. Hope has one more release planned for today. It's a red-tailed hawk. It came in 3 weeks ago, weak and unable to fly. All it needed was a little R&R at Hope for Wildlife. Krista and Kim are giving Hope a hand and getting a bit of practice capturing raptors.
We hardly ever push people to do something. It's almost always when someone approaches us and says, okay, can I try that? I feel like I'm ready. I want to learn.
All right, so I'll try to encourage him to drop down.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bigger than a butterfly.
And when he's on the ground, that's good for us. Perfect. Yeah. Oh, almost perfect. Good. Oh, perfect. Okay. And then I just totally cover him. Try and find the feet. There's one. There's the other. That's how easy it is, Kim.
Oh, looks like he didn't have any of his last meal.
You can throw it in the box for him, not that he'd eat it on the way down.
No, he'll be too excited.
Oh, he's so beautiful. Whoa. Don't eat me.
Still quite alert.
Okay.
All right.
Meanwhile, Dave has found his first release location. He wants to get those skunks off the truck first, and who could blame him? All the animals Dave is releasing were orphans, and there's really no telling where they came from. So he has to find appropriate habitats for each species. A little way down the road, Dave finds the perfect spot for the first batch of raccoons.
We're just trying to spread them out just so that they're not too close. Trying to find a little bit of a water source for each one of them, a bit of open ground, and spread them out so that, one, the breeding pool is spread out, but you're also not going to create too high of a population where disease is going to run through them as well. So with raccoons especially, when they get too clustered in one area, disease does run pretty rampant through them. So just trying to spread them out as much as we can.
A bit further, Dave finds a new home for one of Hope's red foxes.
A pup, that's all he knows, right, is captivity.
He's spreading the animals out as much as possible to give them the best chance in the wild and avoid putting too much pressure on one area. He's still got 2 foxes and 13 raccoons in the truck. Dave's in for a long day. Hope's volunteers just have 1 patient to release today,
We can get him on his way. Good. Let's do it.
and they know exactly where it came from. This is the spot where the red-tailed hawk was found.
All right. Make sure he's doing all right. Oh yeah, he's ready to go. So in theory, we'll release it and fly away.
Yeah.
All right. There's a lot of nice big trees here. Whenever you feel like it.
Okay, let's do it.
Hey, cameraman, aren't you a little close to the action?
Or he wants our van.
On the drive back home.
And we found some crows. Come on, you. Get up in a tree.
The hawk doesn't seem too fazed by the collision with the camera guy.
There you go. The crows don't sound too happy, but he sure looks happy. You can get out your camera and grab a picture if you want. So how was your first bird of prey release?
Yeah, good. You didn't have the occasion to take a picture. That's good.
He's posing. He's thinking of moving.
The hawk is taking his time, but the volunteers don't mind one bit.
Well, you're thinking about it, you bum.
Now let's check up on Dave.
One stop, one more step. Take a minute and take a breath. Look up, the sky's still blue. Look down and the ground hasn't moved. One step more. 5 feet now from the door. And it's here, the street's still here. No ragged hole, no lake of tears. Oh, the curtains are drawn at noon, and the tea is overbrewed, and sleep can't come too soon. This is not some great evil, this is just the other side of life. There's no sunrise without the night, there's no valley without a mountain's height, and I will follow you when I find the space I fit through. Till then I'll miss you, till then I'll miss you, till then I'll miss you. Yeah, I will follow you when I find the space I fit through. Till then I'll miss you, till then I'll miss you, till then I'll miss you.
Now they're all released and heading off back to the wild now where they belong. So hopefully nobody will see them in their green bins.
Not every animal's story ends in success, but every release is an uphill battle won, a triumph of compassion and teamwork.
Wildlife rehabilitation is tough work, but it can be so inspiring.
I don't think we need to rescue him.
Not just for me, but for the people around me.
We don't have to put him through all the stress of rehab and just let him go back to where he belongs. Come on, little seal.
They're not all wildlife rehabilitators.
Oh my goodness, there's nothing left to her.
There's a lot of regular folks who just find themselves in a strange situation, face to face with wildlife in trouble. I'm always amazed by the emotions it stirs in people.
He's beautiful.
Where there's a heart, there's hope.